Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Flaming Diamond family. And today, we're actually not going to be doing gaming. The footage on your screen the footage you see on your screen right now is my gameplay footage of my brother playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. But that's not the point of this video. I just really wanted to talk about what's happening right now with the coronavirus. Now, unless you live under a rock, you've obviously heard of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Now, the reason I'm doing this video really is because I have nothing else to do. But seriously, guys, I've heard so much bullcrap about the coronavirus, it's honestly made me mad. The world is essentially on lockdown. I can't even go out to a restaurant to eat anymore or watch a new movie at the movie theater. And I have to do school online now. Just the way people are reacting and really the way the media is portraying it makes the situation much more complicated than it needs to be. So I'm going to tell you guys the facts about it. I am no expert on the matter. I'm just a small YouTuber. I did my best to use the sources that I found trustworthy. But please go check the links down in the description. They are my sources. They have more detailed information than I'm going to give you here. But just go check them out down below. On December 31st, 2019, a new virus was identified by Chinese researchers. It is believed to have originated in a seafood and live animal market located in Wuhan, China. This new virus was officially named the 2019 coronavirus, or COVID-19. COVID-19 stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. Coronaviruses like COVID-19 usually transmit from animals to people at first. After a person is infected, it can start traveling person to person. It is believed that a bat in the Wuhan animal market transmitted it to a pangolin, which then transmitted it to a human. This is not confirmed, and the animals it came from could be different. COVID-19 is a coronavirus. Coronaviruses are their own subset of viruses. They have some of their own unique characteristics. COVID-19 is known as a novel coronavirus because it is the seventh known coronaviruses. If you guys have heard of SARS before, or Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, those were coronaviruses. As you guys may have noticed, they both have respiratory syndrome in their name. This is what coronaviruses do. They go for your lungs. COVID-19 does the same thing. Some of the symptoms of COVID-19 can range from coughing and a fever to bad pneumonia. About 81% of symptoms are considered mild. This means that most people should be fine and should just stay home. 13.8% of symptoms are severe, meaning that they will require hospitalization. 4.7% of symptoms are critical, meaning that they will most likely need intensive care. With such a large percent of symptoms being mild, it can make COVID-19 really hard to track. Many people's symptoms are so mild they don't go to a doctor and aren't listed in the total number of cases. These symptoms are also incredibly similar to other illnesses like influenza. Once you get infected by COVID-19, there can be a period where you can be infected but not have symptoms. This period of time can be as long as 24 days, but usually lasts about 2 weeks. And what makes coronaviruses easy to spread is that it can be transmitted to another person before they even have symptoms. So you or someone else could have COVID-19 and be spreading it to other people and you wouldn't even know it. That makes this incredibly easy to spread and is part of the reason it has infected so many countries so fast. The World Health Organization has said that COVID-19 is a pandemic. A pandemic is a disease that infects most of the world. Currently, different sources say that there could be 122 to 164 countries infected. Many sources seem to disagree on the exact number, but they were all within that range. I haven't heard that an American aircraft carrier had a case on it. That's not good. Keep in mind that this number will change, whether for better or for worse is yet to be seen. There are a total of 195 countries that are recognized by the United Nations, so not every country has it. But Greenland has it. Okay, maybe we should panic. Just kidding. All the plaguing players out there understood that joke. Countries all around the world are developing vaccines, and at a really surprising pace, too. But even though these countries are developing these vaccines and issuing travel bans and canceling events, people are still just absolutely panicking. Everyone is just afraid that they'll get infected and then just die. That's not how this virus works. There are about 629,627 people who have been infected by COVID-19 as of March 28th at 12:43 p.m. Central Time. That is about 0.008% of the world population, according to Alexa. And out of these 629,627 infections, there are about 28,967 deaths. Health experts say that the mortality rate is about 2 to 3% on average. In the United States, it seems to be about 1.4, whereas countries like Italy have it at 10.2%. So be careful if you're in Italy. Germany's is about 0.7 or 0.8, and that's pretty good. I have a source down below that you can check out that explains why, but I'm not going to explain it in this video. Now, again, I'm no expert on the matter. I'm just finding these statistics online, so that may be different. Most people who die of COVID-19 have pre-existing health conditions. According to informationisbeautiful.com, 48% of people who die from COVID-19 have 3 or more pre-existing health conditions. 26% have 2 pre-existing health conditions, and 25% have 1 pre-existing health condition. So only about 1% of people who die don't have any other previous conditions. And the average age of victims who have died so far from COVID-19 is 79 years old. Now, I'm pretty sure that every single person watching this video has been infected in some way by COVID-19. There have been travel restrictions, events all over the world have been canceled, and schools are closing. A lot of schools are even using online classes now. Currently, there are 300 million students affected by the closure of schools worldwide, and I'm one of them. And it's not just students that are having a hard time. Businesses all over the world are suffering huge losses as their sales are plummeting and people panic. Sadly, some of them may not be around anymore after this pandemic is over. Many of my friends know that I love aircraft and the aviation industry, and I've been watching it closely. So far, almost every single airline in the world has had to cancel flights and lay off staff because of COVID-19. Flybe, a British airline, collapsed in early March, partially due to fears of COVID-19. Airlines all over the world are having to temporarily cease operations. Some of them are also grounding aircraft, and most, if not grounding their entire fleet, and are having to retire old aircraft early. These airlines are having to lay off thousands of staff members because they can't afford them. And it's not just the aviation industry that this is happening to. Layoffs are happening worldwide, and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of employees are having to be laid off. And in the worst time possible. Those people are probably aren't going to find another job soon. In the US alone, 7 out of 10 people live paycheck to paycheck. They are going to have to live on what money they have, and sometimes that may not be much. What happens after the pandemic is over is what I think we should be really worried about. Some governments are doing a good job at slowing down the spread of the virus, like South Korea. But the economic impacts of this are going to be brutal. The world economy is going to face long-term damage, and it may take years or longer to fully recover. People are going to be looking for jobs for a long time, and homelessness is almost certainly going to rise. It's just sad to see how these events are playing out. I really hope that in a few months this is all done with, and that this pandemic will be over, and the world will just go back to normal. but looking at what is happening, that's not very likely. I don't think that it will be the virus itself that will hurt people the most. And I hope we learn from this virus and use what knowledge we gain from it to prevent future outbreaks. Anyways, that will be all for this video. I know it was all over the place. I had to say a lot in what limited time I had, so it probably wasn't the best. Please do go check the sources down below. They do have a lot more, I guess, details about it than I gave you here. So please go check them out. Anyways, I hope you guys stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. God bless all of you, and I'll see you next time.